facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We are going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present during any questions and interviews. If you cannot afford a lawyer will be appointed to represent you.
Yes, Judge. On September 27, 2024, officers observed the defendant's vehicle traveling eastbound on westbound lanes only at the 900 block of Lamar Street in Harris County, Texas. The officers initiated a traffic stop. The officers observed the defendant to be the driver of the vehicle. The officers observed glassy, watery eyes, strong odor of an alcoholic beverage, and the defendant swaying. The defendant admitted to consuming an alcoholic beverage. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6, walk and turn was 3 out of 8, and a one-leg stand was 1 out of 4. The defendant was detained and read the DIC. The defendant refused breath, and a blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
What was the stop for? I zoned out.
The stop was traveling eastbound on westbound lane, so driving the wrong way.
All right, Ms. Rodriguez, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. Do you have a valid Texas driver license, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Have valid liability insurance in your name? Okay, I'm ordering you. Can you run the license, please, Alex? And does she have any prior DWIs as well?
No prior DWIs, I'll run the license.
Thanks. I'm ordering you as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of illegal substances, any kind of alcohol, I'm going to put you in jail. You will not get any more PR points. Do you understand? How old are you, ma'am?
She's eligible.
Great. How old are you, ma'am?
23.
23? What do you do for a living?
I'm a caregiver.
Home health care. For who?
Disability.
Who do you take care of?
It's a facility of disabled adults.
Oh, so you work at a facility?
Mhm.
Okay, so it's not at home. Okay, good. Do you work full-time? Okay. How much money do you make a month? 3,600. Okay, you make a lot of money, which is good. So we're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. There's a lot of timing requirements with the DWI. Don't sit there and wait because you can suffer a lot of consequences. You need to talk to a lawyer immediately. We're going to reset your case to give you time to hire a lawyer. So I'll just have you go to Victoria Center, reset. You'll get with Rachel for your bond conditions, and after that, you're free to go. Okay? Daniel Osores.
Yes, sir.
Mr. Osores, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and or a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you. We took you into custody because you were on felony probation for assault impeding breath, basically a felony choking case, and you've now picked up a DWI. One of the conditions while you're on felony probation is for you to behave yourself. Also, not to consume alcohol or illegal drugs. By you picking up this case, they have now filed a motion to revoke your probation. Your bond is now set at 0. So we are taking you into custody after we do probable cause because we need to do that first. I see that you have a lawyer. I will reach out to Sean because I know him. So before we send you down, I will give you the opportunity to talk to him to figure out what you guys are going to do. Perhaps he can go to the 178th now. I don't know. Okay, please.
Yes, Judge. On September 26, 2024, the officers assisted with a traffic hazard at the intersection of Westheimer and Sage Road in Harris County, Texas. The officers observed the defendant to be asleep in the driver's seat and the defendant's vehicle on, in drive, and blocking a moving lane of traffic. The officers woke the defendant, who started to vomit. The officers observed odor of an alcoholic beverage, slurred speech, and glassy eyes. The defendant stated he was coming from home, was going home, and was driving around. The defendant stated he did not have anything to drink several times. Standard field sobriety tests were administered. HGN was 4 out of 6, walk and turn was 6 out of 8, and one leg stand was 3 out of 4. The defendant rated his intoxication as 0 on a scale of 0 to 10 and stated he felt comfortable driving a school bus full of elementary children. The inventory of his vehicle was conducted and the officers located a small baggie of marijuana, weight 2.56 grams, on the front seat and an empty glass Corona 12-ounce bottle on the front passenger floorboard. The defendant was read the DIC and refused breath, stating, "Can I talk to my lawyer? I know my rights." A blood search warrant was obtained and executed.
So I want you to understand that whenever you have alcohol in your vehicle and they charge you with driving with an open container, that is a minimum of 5 days in jail. To any time that you have to do, it's 5 days flat, day for day. Do you understand?
I understand, sir.
I hope that you realize it's elementary not to have alcohol while you are driving. Do you have a Texas driver license?
Yes, sir.
He's eligible, Your Honor.
Do you have valid liability insurance in your name? Valid liability insurance
Yes, sir.
in your name?
Yes, sir.
Are you sure?
Yes, sir.
Before you drive,
Car insurance, sir?
car insurance.
Correct. Yes, sir.
I make a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. I'm going to randomly test you. If I find that you're using any kind of alcohol or dope, I will revoke your bond and put you in jail. You understand?
I understand, sir.
I will have you sign conditions with Rachel. After that, we'll have you sign a reset, and then we'll put you back, and then we'll reach out to your lawyer. Okay?
Thank you, sir.
All right, please.
Smith,
Have you heard from Sean? Do you know if he's coming?
yes, I
Good morning, Ms. Galindo. Ma'am, you're charged with driving while intoxicated. You're facing up to 6 months in jail and a $2,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can or will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one will be appointed to you, ma'am.
Yes, Judge. Officers dispatched to 4107 Araby Street in Harris County, Texas, in response to a disturbance. The complainant stated that the defendant is his ex-girlfriend and that she pulled into his driveway. The complainant came outside and told the defendant to leave or he would call police. The defendant backed out of the driveway and hit the complainant's brother's vehicle. The officers arrived and learned the defendant had consumed alcoholic beverages prior to the incident. Officers observed glossy eyes, slurred speech, and an odor of an alcoholic beverage. Standard field sobriety tests were conducted. HGN was 6 out of 6. Walk and turn was 8 out of 8. One leg stand was 4 out of 4. The DIC was read and the defendant consented to breath, but prior to arriving at JPC, the defendant revoked consent. A blood search warrant was signed and executed. During an inventory of the vehicle, officers found 1 beer can inside the center console and 1 beer can underneath the driver's seat.
So do they assume that she's drinking while she's driving, Alex? Is that the inference here?
It appears so due to the beer can being found under the driver's seat.
I want you to understand, Ms. Galindo, that anytime you have alcohol in the car while you're driving, it tacks on a minimum of 5 days in jail to any sentence that you get that you do day for day. Do you understand?
Yes.
I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as a condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If I find that you're using, I'm going to put you in jail. No more PR bonds for you. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any Friday WIs?
No, Your Honor.
Do you have a valid Texas driver license, man?
At the moment. Unfortunately.
Don't drive. You will be signing an affidavit with me today, which is a promise that you're not going to drive. I don't care what's going on in your life. If you want a really, really, really high bond, get into a car and drive. Because I'm telling you, if I find that you drive, and I don't care what your excuse is, do you want, if there's a burning building, 50 cats are in there, they need safety. I don't care. There's no justification you can give to drive. So my only other question is the complaining witness in this case, do we know whether he wants to have contact with her or not? I'm assuming because what you said, that he doesn't want to have contact with her.
Your Honor,
So
Rick
do
has
we
not.
do a no contact order with this as well? Do you have this person's number?
We
Perhaps
do have his number, Your Honor. Which
I'm
is
reaching out to make sure just to see, because if he doesn't want to have contact, then thank you so much. I just want to make sure that he's,
yes, Judge.
you know,
We understand.
so ma'am,
It won't happen. I'm good.
don't,
Done.
as part of your bond conditions, you're not to go over there. You're not to have contact with this person as well.
With that.
Tell me, what do you do for a living, man?
Cater attendant. Cater
A
attendant.
caterer. How much money do you make a month? And who do you live with? Okay. Do you have the ability to hire a lawyer, man? I'll have you fill out an application. I'll take a look at it. What I want you to understand, ma'am, that I'm absolutely serious when I mean no alcohol, no dope, no driving. Imagine if I make your bond $10,000 to $15,000, if you don't have anyone to pony up that kind of money, guess what happens? Right. And you'll be stuck there. Consider that next time you're out there. Well, look, everybody tells me that. So just be safe, please.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Butler,
You're charged with assault of a family member. You're facing up to a year in jail and or a $4,000 fine. We're going to do probable cause. You have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can and will be used against you. You have the right to have an attorney present. If you cannot afford one, one will be appointed to you, sir.
And if it makes a difference to you, Judge, we do waive PC.
I want to know. It's an assault. I need to know what happened. And can I have a PSR? You ready? 252-4389. Yeah. Okay, please.
Yes, Judge. The complainant and the defendant are married. On August 10th, 2024, officers were dispatched to a disturbance call. The defendant had pushed the complainant and ripped her shirt. The defendant came to the apartment to talk with the complainant, stated that she was with another man while overseas, and the defendant and complainant were fighting prior to the day of the incident, and due to the defendant taking too much Adderall. The defendant looked through the complainant's clothes when the complainant asked him to leave the house, and the defendant shoved her into the closet, causing a superficial cut on her right forearm. The complainant felt pain and declined EMS.
Did you represent him on the PCS case as well? What's that all about? Because it's recent and it's, does he have a drug problem?
I
do not.
don't believe so, Judge. I think,
Something that tells me differently.
I think it was, I think he had some prescription medication that he didn't have the prescription for. It was dismissed. I don't remember exactly. It was like, what, a year and a half, 2 years ago?
It was about 2 years ago.
2 years ago, Judge. I don't want to lie. I don't remember exactly.
I want to know what the drug was. It says amphetamine.
I think it was Adderall.
Yes, yes.
All right, Mr. Kennedy, I'm going to find that there's probable cause to go forward with the case. I'm ordering you now as the condition of your bond not to consume alcohol, illegal drugs, or unprescribed controlled medication. If you need Adderall, go get it legally, and then you can use it. If you,
That's the
Judge-
case, man.
hey, hold on.
I conducted a RIP with the complaining witness this morning.
Okay.
She stated that they are no longer living together, but the defendant has been in almost constant contact with her since this incident back in August. She said that he's been texting her almost every day and telling her that she's been lying about what has occurred. He also removed all of the money from their joint bank account and was not letting her access any of their money. She did request an order of emergency protection in this case.
So she doesn't want to have contact.
She wants no contact.
Okay. All right, so Mr. Kennedy, I'm going to enter in what's called a magistrate's order for emergency protection that identifies Kennedy as a protected individual. You cannot commit family violence or an assault against this person. Commit and act in furtherance of an offense under section 42.072 of the Texas Penal Code, which is the stalking statute. Stalk, threaten, harass, use another person to communicate a threat or harassing behavior. You cannot be in possession of a weapon or go within 200 feet of.
Where I live.
If she's living there, you cannot
You
go
don't
there.
live there, Your Honor.
Okay. Before you go back there, we need to verify it. So I can have.
She hasn't lived there in a while.
Okay, let me have them verify if that's because they spoke to her earlier this morning. I'm sure it's not going to be a problem for them to go verify that she doesn't currently live there. If she doesn't, you can always amend this and take it off. But I want you to understand, I am ordering you no going within 200 feet of where she lives or where she works. No contact. When I mean no contact, I mean text messages, phone calls, emails, social media, Snapchat, whatever.
Understand.
I want you to understand, I'm going to protect every person in this county, and I don't care what you want. I don't care what you need. You're not listening. I want you to listen because you've got to be aware.
I was trying to understand what's going on. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, we apologize, Judge. Go
I
ahead, sir.
didn't mean to disrespect you.
I am issuing a protective order This protective order forbids you from having any contact with her. It forbids you from going anywhere where she lives or where she works.
Your Honor, if I may, in the offense report, it says that the incident occurred in an apartment.
Okay, so we need her to verify
Yes,
the
sir.
actual address, so we can put that address in the actual MOA. We can refile to make sure that it's done correctly,
Yes,
because
Your Honor.
that's what needs to happen.
So that's why I asked him to look it up because I was like, it happened in an
Figure it out. I
apartment.
mean, it's not hard to amend it and fix it, but I want you to understand,
Yes, Your Honor.
no means no. She doesn't want to have contact with you. It's over. Get over it. There are 15 cotillion other fish in the sea. It's not worth it to spend the next 90 days in a 6x9 box eating bologna sandwiches for lunch. Don't have contact. I can't stress it enough. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
If I find that you violate this protective order, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to issue a warrant. I'm going to make your bond extremely high, and then they can file a violation of protective order against you. And I'm going to tell you, if that happens, it will really go sideways quick. Not only are they going to charge you a bunch of money, but I'm going to put your butt in jail, and then it's going to be even more. You understand? No dope, no alcohol, unless you have a valid prescription for Adderall.
We verified the address is at 2727 Nassau Parkway.
Great.
And
Okay,
we'll
we need to do a
we'll make
different.
sure the
vote,
MOA
please.
is complete.
Bond.
Yes, sir. I'm asking for $2,500, Judge. Is that okay? Okay.
You guys okay with it?
Michael.
Michael?
It's fine. Yes,
Okay,
don't oppose.
done. Done.
Thank you, Judge.
Did you bring up the bond company?
Yes, Burns Bonds is here, Judge. They were, he was there 5 seconds ago, so I'll go, he's probably outside.
Once we get all the documents signed, we'll release him to bond, or to Burns. You'll get a new date. Once he posts it, at that point, get in touch with Vic, and then we'll give you whatever date you want after
Yes,
that. But please impress on him that we mean no contact. If she contacts you, don't answer the phone. If she contacts you from an unknown number, hang it up. If she sends you an email, a text, don't reply. You're the one that's gonna end up in jail. I don't know how much more clear I can
And
make.
we spoke to Peter about it, Judge, and we'll go over it with him again. He understands the gravity of the situation, so we'll continue to impress upon him how serious you are.
Yeah. Oh,
about
one
the
more
case.
thing,
Yes, sir.
no weapons. You understand?
Yes, Your
Okay.
Honor.
Great. So for now, just hang tight for us while we get all the bond conditions, we get the order for protection ready, we'll have you sign it, and then you'll be free to go.
Okay. Do you want him in the box or in the gallery? He's been in the gallery the whole time.
Okay.
Okay, maybe excuse, sir?
Yeah, no, hey, Manny, he's gonna be randomly tested, just so you know.
Okay,
Okay,
that's
so
fine.
we're putting him under bond conditions for random testing for now.
Okay, that's fine.
If he behaves himself after a while, then approach him.
We'll reapproach on it. Okay, maybe be excused, sir?
For sure.
All right. You want to move up?